Its streets lined with the skeletons of blasted buildings. For months, this small town in southern Ukraine was directly in the line of fire. Previously home to 6,000 people, today a few hundred remain.
I'm 90 years old, and this is the second war I've lived through. But I've got injured in this one.
Healthcare, like so much else, has been decimated by the war. Locals who hadn't seen a medic for months queue up every 3 weeks when the NGO Doctors Without Borders, or MSF, comes to town.
Today we've come here to run a mobile clinic. So we have 2 doctors, 1 psychologist, a nurse, and we are giving out free medication to the local people.
Working with Ukrainian medics who've returned to the zone, they're treating multiple chronic illnesses. Those with severe injuries are treated in Ukrainian hospitals, but there are many others with untreated, overlooked conditions, deeply marked by the horrors of war.
Всю війну ви тут прожили, не виїжджали, не ви, не дружина.
Сина забрали, воює, внук воює, зараз Куп'янське, а син ранений в руку, може після цього ще.
Часто це депресія.
Often these are cases of depression, anxiety, fear that the fighting will return, post-traumatic stress. That's what we have to deal with.
There's a huge need for medical and psychological care in these former frontline and occupied villages. MSF has dozens of mobile clinics in southern Ukraine alone. And they're actively working to set up more in areas where until now they've not been able to access. 4 months after Russian troops were pushed out of this area of the Kherson region, there are still no health services at all. Robin from MSF is hoping to set up clinics from scratch.
We're going to a village where we've not been before to assess the situation. We're really not sure how many people are there. We're told perhaps 100 or so.
It's risky work in an area littered with explosives.
Roadsides are really very dangerous. There are still mines being discovered in the villages.
Добрий день, Михайло. Думаю, да, лікарі без кордонів.
Olga, a local volunteer, shows Robin what's left of what was the village health centre.
Получається, це смотрові кабінети, це теж був.
I don't think there's anything we can do to repair this. It just won't work. It would take too much time and a huge investment. It's disgusting. This is a health center. It's been hit by a rocket. It was a direct strike. They didn't hit nearby. It hit right on the building.
So the search is on for another building in the village which could host their mobile clinic.
We've got a school here, and when our soldiers came, they repaired the roof, and we repaired the windows. But it doesn't have any heating. Let's go and have a look.
A few minutes away, at the edge of the village, lies a school that hasn't taught any pupils for the past year. The building's damaged, but it is structurally sound.
I think we can do 2 rooms, this one and this one.
Дві вам досить, да?
And here, because the door there is closing, so here we can have a waiting room.
People are starting to come back now. We're helping each other out and being positive, not sad. We can't just cry.
The villagers should soon be able to get medical help for the first time in a year. And every day, More locals are starting to trickle back home to these remote areas. The task of treating the survivors of Ukraine's ravaged territories is huge.